Today, we will discover a small secret that can help you get rid of the obsession called nocturia. Believe it or not, the secret lies in an extremely familiar spice. Chewing this spice properly can help you sleep better, reducing the number of times you have to wake up in the middle of the night. But how to eat it properly? Watch this video. I will share a few small but extremely effective tips for you to get the most benefits from this miracle drug. Try applying this tip right next week and leave a comment below to let me know your results. Let's share useful experiences to have a good night's sleep. Before continuing, I would love to hear your opinion. Where are you watching this video and what time is it? Please leave a comment below and share your experience. And if you find this information useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next gentle health tips for seniors. Because sometimes the solution to broken sleep is not far away at all. It may be waiting inside one small spice you already know. Why older adults wake up often at night. As the body grows older, it quietly changes in ways that many people do not fully realize until their nights become restless. One of the most important changes involves a natural hormone called vasopressin, which helps the kidneys slow down urine production while you sleep. After the age of 60, levels of this hormone decrease, meaning the kidneys continue to filter fluids at nearly the same pace as during the day. The result is simple but disruptive. More urine is created at night and the bladder fills faster than it once did. At the same time, the kidneys themselves become less efficient and the bladder grows more sensitive. In younger years, the bladder could hold nearly 16 ounces of fluid without sending an urgent signal. But in later life, that signal may come when only 6 ounces have collected, which is less than a small glass of water. This shift is not a disease, but it can make the nights of many older adults in Texas or Kerala feel broken and tiring. Adding to this, small lifestyle habits often make the problem worse. Many seniors believe drinking a tall glass of water before bed is healthy, yet this almost guarantees 1 or 2 awakenings. Others enjoy fruit like watermelon or citrus after dinner, or they sip on warm milk or tea close to bedtime. These foods and drinks add more fluid and sometimes irritate the bladder, leading to unnecessary trips in the dark hours. The good news is that these patterns can be changed. By moving most fluid intake to earlier in the day, by limiting watery fruits to the afternoon, and by enjoying warm drinks at least 3 hours before sleep, the bladder is given a chance to rest. This knowledge is not meant to cause fear, but to remind you that even in later years, gentle adjustments can bring back the peace of a full night's sleep. The hidden spice secret. Across many kitchens, both in suburban homes in Ohio and in small apartments in Delhi, cardamom quietly rests in jars, waiting for its turn to be noticed. In America, it often shows up in baked goods sprinkled into pumpkin bread or steeped in a cup of herbal tea. In India, cardamom has been cherished for centuries, used in masala chai festive desserts, and even chewed after meals as a natural breath freshener. What most elders never realize is that this little green pod carries far more than flavor. It holds a gentle gift for the body, especially in later years. Cardamom has a long history, reaching back into Ayurveda and ancient Indian medicine, where it earned the name Queen of Spices. Practitioners believed it could balance digestion, cool the body, and calm the mind, qualities that remain relevant even today. Modern research echoes some of these ideas, noting how its natural oils help relax smooth muscles, ease stomach discomfort, and support gentle breathing. For seniors, these effects matter deeply because when the body relaxes from within the bladder, stomach, and nervous system no longer shout for constant attention. Imagine an older gentleman in Michigan who enjoys apple pie with a dash of cardamom every fall. He always thought of it as nothing more than a fragrant spice until he noticed that chewing a single pod after dinner left his stomach lighter and his sleep calmer. In Chennai, a retired teacher chews 2 pods each evening while sitting on her balcony listening to the night breeze. She says her digestion feels smoother, her chest less heavy, and her nights more restful. These are not miracles, but quiet reminders that nature often hides powerful support in simple everyday habits. For many older adults, nighttime restlessness is not just about the bladder. It is about carrying the weight of the day, aches in the legs, worries about health, or memories that refuse to settle. Cardamom offers no cure for life's burdens, but it does provide a subtle calm, almost like a soft voice telling the body it is safe to rest. The oils released while chewing gently soothe the nervous system, reduce mild tension, and even leave the breath fresh, which can feel like a small renewal at the end of the day. The advice is simple, yet powerful. Instead of reaching for heavy snacks or late-night tea, try placing 1 or 2 green pods on your tongue after dinner. Chew slowly, letting the flavor spread, and breathe deeply as the warmth rises. You may notice less heaviness in your stomach, fewer urges to sip extra water, and a mind that feels more willing to drift into sleep. For elders in both America and India, this habit carries no cost, requires no prescription, and brings the comfort of an old tradition practiced with new awareness. So, dear listener, cardamom is not just a kitchen spice. It is a companion for your evenings, a gentle bridge between food and rest, and perhaps the missing step in your journey back to peaceful sleep. And knowing that such support is already within your reach should remind you that aging, though challenging, still allows room for control, for choice, and for quiet healing. The science behind cardamom. When we talk about natural ways to improve sleep and reduce nightly bathroom visits, it helps to understand why cardamom can make a difference. Inside each small green pod are powerful compounds including cineol, terpineol, acetate, and a range of flavonoids. These names may sound complicated, but their actions inside the body are surprisingly simple. Cineol and terpineol acetate act as gentle relaxants on smooth muscles, including the bladder wall, helping to reduce sudden contractions that create false urges to urinate. Flavonoids add another layer of support by calming inflammation and protecting delicate tissues that become more sensitive with age. For older adults, this matters because the bladder often grows restless, sending signals to the brain even when it is only partially full. Imagine your bladder as a balloon that once could hold 16 ounces but now sends alarms after only 6 or 7 ounces. Cardamom's compounds help quiet those alarms so you can rest longer before feeling the need to rise. A retired nurse in Florida once shared that chewing 2 pods after dinner felt like turning down the volume on her bladder, giving her 4 or 5 hours of uninterrupted rest. But the benefits are not limited to the bladder alone. Cardamom also interacts gently with the nervous system. The same oils that relax muscles carry a mild sedative effect, calming overactive signals that keep the mind alert at night. This is important for elders who carry quiet worries, thoughts about health, finances, or family that often rise in the silence of the bedroom. By soothing the nervous system, cardamom helps the brain shift from tension toward rest, almost like dimming the lights before sleep. In Ayurveda, this calming effect was described as cooling the body and clearing the mind, and modern science now finds echoes of truth in those ancient teachings. Another important aspect is digestion. As people age, heavy meals eaten late in the evening can press against the bladder, increasing discomfort and urgency. Cardamom's natural compounds improve digestion, reduce gas, and ease bloating, removing pressure from the lower abdomen. For one gentleman in Mumbai, simply chewing cardamom after his evening meal not only reduced nighttime urination, but also made his stomach feel lighter. He said it gave him the confidence to join his morning walk again, no longer dragging himself through the day with exhaustion. The practical advice is simple. Cardamom is not a cure-all, but it is a safe companion. Using 1 or 2 pods before bed can gently guide the body toward calm, while also reminding you to avoid heavy fluids late at night. It offers reassurance without side effects, unlike sleeping pills that often leave seniors groggy or dependent. And most importantly, it reminds us that nature still provides gentle tools for aging bodies. So when you think about your restless nights, remember that they are not only caused by age, but by the way the body adapts over time. With cardamom, you are not helpless. You are making a small, wise choice that helps the bladder, the nerves, and the mind find peace again. How to chew cardamom for 60 seconds. Knowing that cardamom holds gentle power is only the first step. The way you use it each evening is just as important, because small details often decide whether a habit truly helps or quietly disappoints. For older adults who already feel their nights are fragile, understanding the right timing can restore confidence and bring hope that mornings will once again feel refreshing. The best time to chew cardamom is after dinner, about 30 minutes before you prepare for bed. This small window allows your body to begin winding down, while also giving the spice time to release its oils and enter your system gently. If you chew too soon after a heavy meal, the effect may be muted, and if you wait until the moment you lie down, the digestion process may be disturbed. Think of it as part of a ritual, just like brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. The act itself is simple. Take 1 or 2 pods of green cardamom and gently crack them open with your teeth. Chew slowly, letting the seeds release their warm, slightly sweet oils. As the flavor spreads, pause between bites, breathing calmly and allowing the aroma to linger in your mouth. These essential oils contain cineol and terpenyl acetate compounds that soothe the nervous system and relax the bladder. By holding the flavor for a full 60 seconds before swallowing, you give your body time to absorb the benefits. It is tempting to think that more is better, but with cardamom, the opposite is true. 1 or 2 pods are enough for most older adults. Using larger amounts may cause stomach warmth or mild irritation, especially for those already dealing with heartburn or sensitive digestion. Moderation is not only safe, but also ensures that the practice feels comfortable, turning it into a sustainable routine rather than a short-lived experiment. There is also one common mistake to avoid. Many people feel thirsty after chewing and reach for a tall glass of water. Unfortunately, this cancels the benefit, filling the bladder quickly and undoing the calm you work to create. Instead, if you must take medicine at night, swallow it with only a few sips of room temperature water. Your bladder will remain quieter and your sleep will remain less disturbed. A senior in Texas once shared that she had nearly given up on natural remedies after trying countless teas and supplements. But when she began chewing 2 cardamom pods each evening without drinking extra water, her nights slowly transformed. Within 10 days, she was sleeping 4 to 5 hours without interruption. And for the first time in years, she woke with enough energy to enjoy her morning walk. So remember this simple guide: chew cardamom slowly at the right time in the right amount and without washing it down with excess liquid. This is not about forcing your body, but about gently teaching it to rest again. And with patience, your evenings may once more end in calm, and your mornings may begin with light. Common mistakes when using cardamom. Even a natural remedy as gentle as cardamom can lose its power if it is used in the wrong way. Many older adults, eager to find quick relief from nighttime urination, unintentionally make small errors that weaken the benefits. These mistakes are not signs of failure, but reminders that the body needs time, patience, and the right conditions to respond. The first mistake is chewing cardamom and then immediately drinking a large glass of water. This habit feels natural because the mouth may feel dry after chewing, yet the bladder interprets that water as an urgent signal. Instead of calming, the bladder fills quickly and the cycle of broken sleep continues. If medication must be taken at night, a few small sips of room temperature water are enough, allowing cardamom's oils to do their work without interruption. Another common error comes from combining cardamom with salty or heavily spiced foods. A plate of pickles, fried snacks, or a late bowl of chili may feel comforting, but salt and spice increase thirst, forcing more fluid intake. This extra liquid cancels out the bladder-soothing qualities of cardamom, leaving the night just as restless. To truly benefit, enjoy cardamom after a lighter evening meal such as steamed vegetables, rice, or soft bread foods that ease digestion rather than inflame it. The final mistake is expecting instant results. Many elders try cardamom for only 1 or 2 nights, then stop convinced it does not work. Yet the body does not relearn balance overnight. Cardamom needs a week or more to gently retrain the bladder and nervous system. A woman in Ohio once shared that she nearly gave up after 3 days without change. But by the 10th night, she noticed she woke only once instead of 3 times, and by the end of the 2nd week, she was finally sleeping 5 hours without interruption. The lesson here is simple. Cardamom is not a miracle pill, but a quiet teacher. Avoid drowning it with water. Avoid burying it under salty meals, and above all, give it time. With patience and gentle consistency, even the restless nights of aging can soften into peaceful rest once again. Habits that help cardamom work better. Chewing cardamom each evening can be a gentle step toward calmer nights, but the results become stronger when paired with supportive habits. The body is not a machine that responds to one action alone. It is a system shaped by food, movement, and environment. Older adults who adjust these areas often find that the spice works more reliably, making nights smoother and mornings brighter. Begin with your evening meal. Heavy, salty dinners filled with fried foods or pickles may increase thirst and irritate the bladder. Water-rich fruits like watermelon, oranges, or grapes can also add more fluid than the body can handle at night. Instead, choose a lighter dinner of steamed vegetables, a small portion of rice or bread, and lean protein such as lentils, fish, or chicken. These meals digest more easily, reduce pressure on the bladder, and allow cardamom to focus on calming rather than fighting against late-night overload. Next, think about how you sleep. Lying flat on your back with a high pillow can increase pressure on the bladder and disturb circulation. A side position, especially lying on the left with a small pillow between the knees, eases pressure on the abdomen and improves digestion. This posture not only protects the bladder, but also supports the heart by encouraging smoother blood flow. Many elders in India describe it as the most comfortable position for long rest, while American seniors often say it reduces back stiffness in the morning. The bedroom itself matters too. Warm, stuffy rooms make the body sweat, increase thirst, and trigger kidneys to work harder during the night. Keeping the temperature cool, around 68 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, with light cotton clothing and good air circulation reduces stress on the body. Seniors in both Texas and Kerala often report that simply adjusting the bedroom climate made cardamom's effects more noticeable within a week. Under sea. Finally, consider your mornings. Older adults often carry hidden fluid in their legs during the day, which shifts back toward the bladder at night. A gentle 30-minute walk in the morning sun, or even a shorter routine of stretching near a balcony, helps release this fluid earlier. By the time evening arrives, the bladder is calmer and better prepared for sleep. When cardamom is combined with light meals, healthy posture, a cool bedroom, and morning movement, the results are not only physical but also emotional. Seniors feel more in control, less anxious about the long nights ahead, and more hopeful about their health. And that sense of control is often the most powerful medicine of all. Sometimes the most convincing proof does not come from research papers, but from the lived experiences of people just like us. In California, a 74-year-old man had been struggling for years with broken nights. Each evening, he sat on his porch with a cup of hot tea, hoping it would bring calm before bed. Yet the tea, though comforting, filled his bladder and forced him to rise again and again. He grew used to waking 3 times each night, walking carefully across the dark hallway and then lying awake for long minutes afterward. His mornings felt heavy, his memory less sharp, and even his daily crossword puzzle became more frustrating. One day, on the advice of a friend, he replaced his late tea with 2 pods of cardamom. At first, he doubted that something so small could make a difference. Still, he chewed slowly, allowing the warm oils to spread, and resisted the urge to wash it down with water. By the 4th night, he noticed he was rising only once, and by the end of the 2nd week, he was sleeping 6 hours without interruption. For him, the change was not just physical, it restored his sense of independence. He no longer feared stumbling in the dark, and he once again woke early enough to walk his dog at sunrise. Across the world in Chennai, a 70-year-old woman carried a similar burden. For years, she woke 3 times each night, each trip to the bathroom, leaving her more tired and discouraged. She believed this was simply her fate as she aged, until a family member suggested chewing cardamom pods in the evening. She began each night with 2 green pods, sitting on her balcony and watching the street below grow quiet. Within a week, she noticed the difference. and soon she was sleeping through the night without those familiar interruptions. What she cherished most was not just the sleep, but the freedom it gave her mornings. She rejoined the neighborhood temple festival, something she had avoided because she always felt exhausted. With renewed energy, she laughed with friends, lit lamps with steady hands, and said she felt alive again. For her, cardamom was not just a spice, but a gentle reminder that health could be reclaimed through small, consistent choices. These stories, one from America and one from India, show that simple habits can bridge continents and generations. They remind us that sleep, though fragile with age, can still be nurtured with patience, trust, and a little green spice that has stood the test of time. Questions answered and safety notes. When people first hear about chewing cardamom as a nightly habit, they often feel curious, but also slightly worried. Older adults know that even natural remedies can sometimes carry hidden risks, and it is wise to ask questions before beginning something new. Let us take a closer look at the most common concerns and separate myth from fact in a way that feels both clear and reassuring. The first question many people ask is whether cardamom causes too much internal heat. In Indian traditions, spices are often described as warming or cooling, and this leads some to worry. The truth is that cardamom in small amounts is gentle on the body and generally safe for everyday use. 1 or 2 pods per night provide relaxation without causing excess heat or discomfort. Only when taken in large quantities, far more than anyone would need for sleep, might some people notice mild warmth or stomach irritation. As long as moderation is respected, there is little reason for concern. Another common question comes from seniors living with diabetes or high blood pressure. Can cardamom be used safely in these conditions? The answer is encouraging. Cardamom does not raise blood sugar or blood pressure in healthy adults, and small studies even suggest it may support better balance in these areas. Still, if you are taking prescription medicine, it is best to speak with your doctor before starting. Each body is unique, and what feels safe for one person may need adjustment for another. A retired teacher in New Jersey shared that she confirmed with her physician before chewing cardamom each night, and together they decided it was perfectly safe alongside her blood pressure medication. The third question is about timing. How soon will results appear? Many people hope for immediate relief, but the body usually needs patience. Cardamom works gradually, gently calming the bladder and nervous system. Most older adults notice improvement after 7 to 14 days of regular use. This does not mean failure if the first few nights feel unchanged. The bladder nerves need time to relearn balance, and the nervous system takes time to respond. A 72-year-old man in Delhi described how his nights felt no different during the first week, but by the second week, he suddenly realized he was waking only once instead of 3 times. The key message is that cardamom is safe when used wisely, even for older adults with common health conditions. 1 or 2 pods are enough, and patience is essential. Speak with your doctor if you have questions, but do not dismiss the gentle power of this small spice. With consistent use, it may quietly give back what age and worry have slowly taken: nights of rest, mornings of clarity, and the comfort of knowing your health is still within your hands. As we come to the close of this journey, it is worth pausing to remember the quiet but powerful lesson cardamom offers. This tiny green pod, resting quietly in kitchen jars from California to Chennai, carries the strength to help older adults reclaim their nights. When chewed slowly and used with care, it eases the bladder, calms the nerves, and gently invites the body into deeper, more restorative sleep. For many who have grown used to restless nights and weary mornings, cardamom offers not just comfort, but the possibility of renewal. Picture a couple in Ohio sitting together on their balcony as the morning sun rises, sipping warm coffee after a full night of sleep. No stumbling in the dark, no heavy eyes, just calm energy that carries them into a new day. Across the world in India, imagine grandparents in Chennai smiling as they join a festival at dawn, their faces bright with joy because they finally rested through the night. These images remind us that better health is not only about medicine, it is about choices, habits, and the gentle tools nature places within our reach. So my wish for you is simple. May your nights be calm and your mornings full of light. May each evening bring you peace and each sunrise greet you with renewed strength. Because even in later years, health and rest are not luxuries. They are rights that your body still remembers. Before we part, I would love to hear from you. Have you tried cardamom? Or are you planning to begin this week? Please share your thoughts in the comments below because your story may inspire someone else quietly searching for hope. And if you found this message helpful, do subscribe, press the notification bell, and share this video with a friend or family member. Together, we can build a community where every elder feels supported, understood, and empowered to take back the gift of peaceful sleep.